Habitual actions that unconsciously block intimacy. You might have been together for many months going to years without being intimate because of some habitual actions either or both parties are engaging in. Several habits affect intimacy in a relationship, and this video is bringing to light those habits so we can get hold of it and in light of it fix intimacy challenges in our relationship. Emotional intimacy allows individuals to truly know and understand each other on a profound level. It involves being vulnerable, sharing fears, dreams, and desires, and providing emotional support. Welcome to Great Prime TV. Intimacy does not happen naturally, and as such we will understand the barriers limiting intimacy in our relationship. Stay tuned while we show you bring to light these habits. Barriers to intimacy are those things that block or prevent intimacy from occurring in our relationship. Couples must spend time and energy to build intimacy in their relationship. Because there are many hindrances and barriers to intimacy. These barriers break down intimacy and can lead to the breakdown of relationships. However, the majority of women find it difficult, if not impossible, to push through emotional and relational barriers to intimacy. Why? Because of physical intimacy. If you're struggling to connect with your significant other, here are 5 barriers to intimacy you might be overlooking. Miscommunication. In a relationship, we should make it a point to clarify ourselves regarding our desires and needs. Intimacy flourishes when individuals feel heard and understood. However, a common habit that impedes intimacy is failing to practice active listening. This occurs when one person is physically present but mentally disengaged during conversations, leading to miscommunication and a lack of connection. To break this habit, we should practice being fully present in conversations, focusing on our partner's words, and demonstrating understanding. Reflecting on their thoughts and feelings and responding thoughtfully will foster a deeper sense of connection. Expecting the other person to read our minds can lead to fights and unfulfilled needs. Keeping score from past fights and disagreements can also make the partner feel less valued and disrespected. When we start to avoid important conversations in a relationship, we start to move away emotionally from the partner, leading to more problems. We should make conscious efforts in our relationships. Understanding and empathy should be of prime importance in a relationship. Not losing compassion and respect for the partner helps in creating a healthy space. Lack of attention. When someone feels like they're not getting enough attention from their partner, it can lead to feelings of being unseen, unheard, and unimportant. This can erode trust and create emotional distance, making it difficult to feel close and intimate. We know that life gets busy. Everybody is working long hours, projects upon projects, and our minds are being clogged with so much that makes us tend to forget our relationship that exists to even help us think through the challenges of life. As the years go by, it's easy to take your relationship for granted. We can have notions like the other party is busy too, and before you know it, you're on autopilot, only responding when things are bad. You might even have a good relationship, but like a thief in the night, being busy has stolen intimacy out of our relationship. Intimacy thrives on emotional connection, and lack of attention can create a barrier to this connection. This makes it difficult to share thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities with our partners. Lack of emotional intimacy often results in a decline in physical intimacy. Control. Control is one of the strongest barriers to intimacy because by nature, it cannot be taken, it has to be given. Some people are controlling by nature. And control as a tool for protection. Because we've learned and seen that life is unfair and can be messy, and so all we do is keep things under control. On normal occasions, this can manifest in really positive ways, such as paying attention to details and taking responsibility for our actions. But on the other hand, if we're not healthy, or we have things messing up in our mind, this can become suffocating to those around us. We might become increasingly demanding or uncompromising. We hold tightly to what we want and won't work with those around us. We tend to misinterpret people and we use control negatively. Control is one of the strongest barriers to intimacy because intimacy, by its very nature, cannot be taken, it has to be given. Intimacy requires safety and freedom. When you tend to control others, it creates a power imbalance and erodes trust. The other party will be afraid to express themselves, therefore leads to fear and resentment, independent decisions, and this shuts down communication, which is the bedrock of every relationship. Fantasy. Fantasies often depict idealized scenarios that may not translate perfectly to real life. Comparing reality to unrealistic fantasies can lead to disappointment and dissatisfaction in your actual relationship. There are destructive fantasies that destroy intimacy, such as porn. Gulping pornographic materials creates unrealistic expectations in our minds about sex and intimacy, which can make it very difficult to sustain intimacy with an actual person. However, there are other, more subtle, but also damaging fantasies. We can fantasize about our partners doing things that our actual flesh and blood partners would not do. We can fantasize that they're a different kind of person who likes what we want them to like and thinks and acts like we want them to. The key to intimacy is not trying to make your partner who they're not, but opening yourself to knowing the person they are. Fear. Fear in a relationship can be misinterpreted and not known because we may be thinking in our head that our partner is not afraid to voice out everything, whereas they have some reserved information they don't know how to bring to us due to fear. Never be mistaken that your partner is not afraid of you, because there's more to be afraid of than just physical pain. There is a fear of being vulnerable. Your wife might believe you aren't safe to share her feelings with. Perhaps she has in former times experienced being mocked or ignored by you. You thought you were just lightening the mood, but instead, you taught her that you didn't want to be bothered with her pain. Intimacy requires safety. Fear can make you hesitant to open up or be vulnerable, pushing you away from emotional intimacy and creating a sense of distance between you and your partner. Envy. Comparing yourself to others, even your partner, can breed resentment and dissatisfaction with your own life. This negativity in your relationship and hinders emotional intimacy. There's this famous command in the Holy Book about not coveting your neighbor's wife. To covet is to want something that isn't yours. It's essentially to be envious. Envy makes you resentful and increases the relational space between you and your partner. If you are envious of the partner of another, whether it's because they got a better job, is more physically attractive, or perhaps has a personality that you prefer, it's nearly impossible to receive intimacy with your own partner with gratitude. But just as envy is a choice, so is gratitude. You can choose to see what makes your partner a gift. You can choose to celebrate what is unique and beautiful about them. This choice can only be made by you, and it is the key to dismantling the barriers of intimacy. Neglecting quality time. Intimacy requires dedicated time and attention. However, the demands of modern life often lead to neglecting quality time. The more you invest in fun and friendship and being there for your partner, the happier the relationship will get over time. That's why neglecting quality time blocks intimacy in relationships, and eventually leads most of them to fall apart. Habitually prioritizing work, social media, or personal pursuits over spending meaningful moments together can hinder intimacy. But setting aside regular uninterrupted time for shared activities, conversations, and consciously investing in your relationship, you strengthens the emotional bond and foster a deeper connection. Intimacy is a vital aspect of any successful relationship, but certain habits can obstruct its growth. But by identifying and addressing these habits, you can break down barriers and create a deeper, more intimate, and more fulfilling connection with those around you. Investing in the quality of your relationships creates a foundation of trust, understanding, and emotional closeness that will mental, emotional, and social well-being, but also strengthen your bond with others over time. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video.